slipped away. The buzz in my head, it takes me right back to a time when nothing in this world can make me let go of that place in my mind. When I was I feel the weight of the world throwing me down and holding me back from those places that I used to go.
Marcos, what the heck is Grimace anyway?
Yeah.
McDonald's manager has answered that has people shooken.
They shook. They shooken.
Let's see.
Hey, Marco. What do you think Grimace is?
Is this
shake.
an article?
A shake?
Yeah, he's a shake.
What if I told you he's a taste bud?
Come
He's a-
again?
He's a taste
Right.
bud. If you
This is where I'm at with this. I'm reading this right now.
now
Uh,
look at the picture that shows like an amplified view of a taste bud. It's a big purple fucking Grimace.
So
I'm messed up. It messed me up.
what the hell? Grimace was actually the villain early on and doesn't resemble a milkshake, but he does look like a taste bud.
Yeah. Because McDonald's
What
is
the-
tasty. He's a fucking taste bud.
That can't be real.
Nah, come on, really? I thought it was a shake.
Yeah,
I
but
thought
look
he
at
was-
the tweet that McDonald's dropped a while ago, and it says taste bud in there too.
Oh, jeez. There's some retcon. You know, if you want to get me to believe in the Mandela effect, you tell me that Grimace has always been a taste bud and that McDonald's isn't just making that shit up right now. It's kind of like somebody goes, Grimace is a taste bud. And you go, really, McDonald's? No, it's not a taste bud. Is he? McDonald's? Like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
he
taste
is.
bud.
Yeah,
Taste
it's
bud.
It's taste bud.
It's taste bud.
Yeah, that works for us. He's a taste bud. He reminds me of Jabba the Hutt.
I
Yeah.
always thought he
Or
looked
pizza,
like a
sorry,
popsicle, like
Pizza-
one of those
Pizza
great
Hut.
popsicles without a stick.
That's what I meant. I meant Pizza the Hut.
Oh yeah,
Pizza Hut.
Pizza the Hut.
Hey,
It's
so
Pizza the Hut.
let's get this started because I have a grievance to air.
Oh well, welcome
Oh.
to the locker room. I'm Tom.
I'm Matthew.
I guess I'm late to the party. I'm about to get learned. Go ahead, I'm Marco.
Okay. So Sunday I decided to watch Roger 1 without being
Rogue
Slosh.
One.
right.
We're right
yeah.
into it because I
Rogue
was
One,
just it was what I was going to
Okay.
open with was asking you about it because I was
Okay.
proud of you for going back and watching it.
All
Yeah,
right.
so I went back and watched it. I only had
Okay.
3 beers.
Okay.
So it was not, three beers. Like what's 3 beers? Like whatever. They were
Nothing,
spaced
yeah.
out. So yeah, nothing.
Sorry.
So just enjoying, a nice crisp beverage.
Sure.
So
Sure.
I watched it.
Right.
There's one part where they're on the fucking Caribbean planet towards the end
Okay.
when they're
Mhm,
when they're
mhm.
infiltrating, right?
Sandals
And,
Empire.
Yeah.
See,
And
Sandals.
and there's one scene where somebody gets confronted by a stormtrooper, and I forget who it was because I paid attention, but I still don't I don't remember people's characters shit. But anyways,
Okay.
they're
So someone gets confirmed.
someone
by a
gets
stormtrooper.
confronted by a stormtrooper,
Confronted.
right?
Okay.
Gets confronted, gets caught,
Yeah.
and kneels over, grabs a handful of fucking sand and
Mhm.
throws the sand at the stormtrooper's fucking helmet, and the
I know.
stormtrooper acts like sand just got all up in his fucking eyes. I'm like, really?
It's a reaction.
That was
It's a reaction. You know,
that
so
was
he
my big
reacted first.
takeaway. That was my big fucking takeaway from sober watching it.
Okay.
All
Like,
right.
I mean, why have the armor at all if when you get hit, you just fall over and die?
Yeah,
I
and
would
it never
think-
punctures the armor. It puts a black
A
smudge.
scorch mark on it.
Yeah,
It's
it
like,
scorches them, and then
Mm.
they just fucking boop, they're gone.
Right.
But sand in your fucking helmet? Come
I
on,
know.
come on.
Well, maybe it's the blunt. Maybe it's the blunt force from the
That's some
blaster
heavy
hit
ass
that
from
from
what
the
I'm saying?
sand, from the sand.
No. I'm talking from the blaster hit. You just see scorch mark.
Oh, okay.
Doesn't penetrate it. Doesn't
I'm just-
penetrate through, and then
I'm just glad you made it past your anger over how far away they parked.
That still pisses me off. That was fucking stupid. Because watching it sober, I'm like, yeah, this is why I was mad. They parked so fucking far away. I get it. You don't want to land in the field, but they parked like a good football field away from the fucking field.
I don't know
I
what the
stand by that
regulations
anger.
are.
I stand by that anger. You're in a goddamn spaceship. You can park wherever the fuck you want.
I'm just surprised he saw the fucking trooper roll by. He saw the trooper grab the grenade. He saw them throw it in there. He looked at the grenade in the air. He looked at the grenade land. He had enough time to like look up at the camera. You're not gonna grab the motherfucker, kick it. You're not gonna bat that thing, swat it down, kick it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Do something. Make an effort.
You know
Make
what
a
I'm saying?
fucking
Like,
effort.
yeah, something. You know what I'm saying?
But did it
Something.
not feel like Star Wars' version of the Dirty Dozen?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Like a ragtag group of not so nice rebels on a suicide mission to, it's just
Yeah.
yeah.
And then this shit turns into fucking Star Wars Saving Private Ryan. Like, is any motherfucker gonna make it out of this bitch?
No, they all fucking died.
The answer is no.
Nope. They
Yeah, the answer is-
all died.
And
The
then
answer is,
did
may the
you
force be with
And you know what? I'm sorry if you're like you're on the beach and
Mhm.
you're watching this, blast come towards you.
Right.
Wouldn't you try to just like stick it in real quick? You know what I mean? Instead of holding hands, I'd be like, let's do this real quick. Let's
Yeah.
I love that you
15
assume
seconds.
you could get a freaking chub during a nuke. Like
But they were there for a minute though. They saw it happening, and it's like, you could make it happen. You can make it happen. You can get
That's a tall order.
semi-regions. They'll get it in.
That's a tall order.
I think we should address the
Consensual or non-consensual?
Doesn't matter. You're
Oh,
gonna
that's totally
fucking die,
consensual.
right? That's right. If you're
yeah,
alley,
yeah, you're right. I guess.
No. Nowadays, you got to ask nowadays. You know what I'm saying? Like, this was addressed a couple of podcasts ago. So you know what I'm saying? Like,
A triplicate form. two forms of ID, a major credit card.
it needs to be stamped. That's right. It needs to go to corporate. It needs to be approved and then come back to us. CC'd
So-
on it.
Speaking of not sleeping with someone, did you hear that Bette Midler? I mean,
What?
for those of you who don't know who she is, she's a
I'm
the
immediately
actress
soft.
who hasn't right. She has proposed that in order to protest the abortion bill in Texas,
Sure.
that women around the country should
Mhm.
stop having sex with their husbands, or women
Wait,
around the
I
country
didn't-
should
I didn't
stop
write the
having
bill, though.
sex.
I didn't write the bill. Why am
No.
I being punished?
All women have to stop having sex
Mm.
with men until Texas changes their state law regarding abortion.
That's fucked
I
up.
don't see how that's even a good idea. Like, what that's gonna have to. Okay, so you're not gonna have. Oh, man, that hurt my brain. Because then there's not gonna be a situation
Where
Where
you
you're
need an
gonna need-
abortion.
to have an abortion.
This is what I'm saying. Like everybody on the pro-life side's like, oh, all right, problem solved.
But why am I being punished? Like, fuck you, Bet. Like, you're gonna tell my wife not to sleep with me
Yes.
because another state
Mhm.
decided to do that? No,
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with that.
Mm.
Well, it's like that spicy meme I sent you guys about how women all over,
Mhm.
white women all
Mhm.
over react when they can't kill a
No.
baby in the state in which they don't live.
No. There's a dental pole that I'm not going to touch with. What?
I know Thomas is trying to drag us in.
No.
I'll comment on Bette Midler.
No, sir.
But
No, sir.
I'm staying out of that.
I'm
fucking
just
quicksand.
telling you.
I see the
That's my
sign.
whole point.
It says quicksand.
There's a trap.
That's that guy, right? That's the fucking the bug-eyed guy that was in the chair. How does that chair hold him up? It doesn't look very, very stable. And how are they in that big glass fucking
Hey, hold on.
fishbowl in the middle of
You know-
space and not
wait,
one
wait,
laser,
wait.
not one
You-
fucking
you-
laser hits them?
You know what's going to fuck with you more?
Uh-huh.
Or you think it's going to be funny?
When you find
Tom-
out it's not the
Thomas.
same fish person.
It's not the same fish person. Thomas, hit him with the name of the species of the fish person.
Mon calamari.
I'm just saying. I'm just
It's a
saying.
giant fucking squid.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like a shrimp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
and
like
so
a
they call him-
crawdad.
Is he Captain Squidsworth? I mean, what's his name?
I don't know who that guy's name is. The one in
Oh.
I don't know
in
either.
Roger one. I don't know who it is. I know he's blue,
Uh.
so he's not related to Admiral Akbar.
Akbar's more red, right?
Akbar's
Yeah, he's like a red brown,
Akbar's
yeah.
been boiled already.
He's older.
This is true.
He's been boiled already.
Jesus.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Melted butter.
Oh,
Melted butter.
Lord.
were you
Heaven.
guys, Marco, do you even hop on the locker room Instagram and look at the messages we get?
Is this the one where his wife told him?
I
no?
get hit with them, meaning like you guys go and go and go, and I hear my notification, and finally I'm like, okay, I have to take a break from this fucking tattoo, deglove, pour some ink, so I'll take a look. And then by that point, I'm like 20 fucking messages behind. I'm like, holy crap.
Wait, not on our Facebook thing, on the
No,
Instagram.
not on our private chat, on the Instagram DMs.
Yeah.
For the most part, yes, but not as much as the Facebook one, because the Facebook one will keep it more like information that has to do with what we're going to be talking about or possible subject matter.
Yeah.
Where the Instagram is more.
No, not the Instagram between us. The ones that our listeners send to
slide
the
into
locker
them
room.
DMs.
You're talking about like the Instagrams that might. Oh, no. You're talking about, do I actually go on the actual Locker Room Podcast Instagram
correct,
and look at the DMs being sent to the Locker Room
Yes.
Podcast? No. The answer is no.
Thank you. Everybody, you hear that?
There
Marco
you go.
does not look at those.
I do not. They can be forward to me. They can be forward to me.
No, because Matthew and Thomas are not Marco's secretary.
They have found me. So I am receiving messages directly now, including I got a joke. Somebody sent me a joke.
Oh, good. Save that for later because I don't have
we
one.
can try it out. Oh, I do. It all depends on how much shit we want to get into on which ones I tell.
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking.
Speaking of shit that we're gonna get into, we used to be like very on about, hey, we're gonna talk about this next week, and I feel like lately we just kind of haven't, because the world has supplied stuff, but now all the world is supplying is like fucking political shit, and honestly, I'm kind of tired of talking about it. I'm over it. I've been, limiting my own. I want to stay informed, but I'm just like limiting my own exposure to this shit. It's not getting better. It's just fucked up.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
At some point, you have to watch. You have to turn away from the car accident.
Correct. But that having been said, that thing that I sent you with the wellness camp in Australia.
Oh, I watched that.
What the actual fuck? I feel like we have enough listeners in Australia on both coasts, apparently on the West Coast and the East Coast of Australia, that we need to have somebody on as a correspondent, boots on the ground, because whenever we post shit, people are like, yep, like I'll get messages, yep, it's fucked up here. I kind of feel like we need to reach out and schedule, or one of you listening right now need to reach out and schedule that we can
so this is from my Aussie motor cop buddy.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hit me.
I sent to him it's a thing that says people in South Australia will be forced to download an app that combines facial recognition and geolocation. The state will text them at random times, and thereafter they will have 15 minutes in which to take a picture of their face in the location where they are supposed to be.
That's called parole. That's what you do on, like, when I got out, that's kind of what you did. You had to call in every day. And if they fucking,
so I said, can confirm? And he said, yes, mate, along with signs being placed at the front of the property. But that is only for those in 14 days quarantine after being in recognized hotspots. Up to this point, people have been forced to quarantine in Medi hotels run by the government. Medi hotels sounds a lot like prison hospital. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Medi hotel. So the government teams up with this hotel, because now if you're an Australian national, if I've read this and understood this correctly, if you fly back home, you cannot self-quarantine in your own home, even if you live by yourself. You have to go to one of these, state-sponsored,
basically customs for people.
Yeah, but you have to pay for the fucking stay at these fucking hotels.
We call that a fucked up detention center.
That you pay for.
That.
Right.
That's fucked up. That is fucked up. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like some border shit.
And the most messages that I'm personally getting from people in Australia is like, thank God you guys have a First Amendment. We don't know what that's like because they don't have that. and don't give up your guns. That's been the main thing. Don't give up your guns.
It's Australia.
Hey,
Is that older girl that you meet who's trying to warn you off about a douchey guy? She's like, "Oh, girl, don't go out with him.
Yep.
I've been down that road. He beat
Don't
me.
do it, girl.
Beat me good.
Don't do it.
Good.
I found him with my baby cousin. After he done beat me, don't do it, girl.
Don't do it,
Hey,
girl. He's
talking
bad
about
news.
don't give up your guns. I think it may work.
What do you mean?
I think it might actually work. The gift certificate idea. I'm not. Oh, hold on. I'm not
Wait, what do you?
trying to get people to send me money. I'm not trying to get. I'm not listeners. I'm not trying to get you to send me money. If you choose to do it, that's on you, and I appreciate you. You know, it will help me facilitate this faster. This yelling session faster. But I'm just saying, in a passing conversation, very sneaky. I'm very sneaky that way. Very sneaky. In passing conversation, I actually think that the gift certificate idea, I also known as Operation Marco
My
gets a new
friends
gun.
made me do it.
Yeah, Marco gets a new gun. My friends made me do it. May actually work. I mean,
Explain.
Really?
well,
Yeah.
I may still get the look of this. I'll definitely get the look of disappointment. Maybe really? That's what these people that listen to you want you to do? That's what they want you to fucking do with your time is go out and buy a new gun and shoot it and then tell them what it feels like.
Minute, honey, it's for the show. I'm sorry, baby. It's for the show.
And then they go, mommy.
Mommy, I don't want.
Mira, you know, papi, your papi chulo doesn't necessarily want to have a new gun. But if the listeners to the podcast want me to go bangity bang 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 until it goes click click, and then tell them what I think about it, who am I to deny the masses?
Yeah.
And this is all just to avoid a headache.
It really is.
It really
Well,
is.
here's the
That's
first
why
thing.
guys always try to get their guns into the gun safe before their wife notices that it showed up.
Yes.
You just have to fully dive into the whole philosophy of it is better to beg forgiveness than ask permission.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, not in this house. That's not in this house, man. This house, that begging could last a long time. So, I'm like,
Mama got a long memory.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Whereas my wife and I we were at gun stores yesterday or 2 days ago, and I was just like, we got to get you one. We got to get you one for your purse. We got to get you your own. You've been carrying mine. That's the one I used to carry on my ankle on duty. You need your own gun. And I felt like you don't want to die with a little sissy gun. I mean, I seriously felt like I was trying to. You need your own gun. Like this is just such a bizarre conversation. But it's completely hilarious because my wife was totally into it. She's like, "Oh yes."
Thomas in the range, like fucking Arsenio Hall. You know what I'm saying? Stop shooting that little thing next to me. What the fuck is wrong with you? Stop it. I said, stop it. He's over here. Jaboosh, jaboosh. She's all. I said, stop it. Put that thing away. You're embarrassing me.
Oh, she wants something she's like, would it put holes in people like all the way through? I'm like, oh yeah. She's like, okay, then I want it.
I'm telling you, you gotta go with my idea. Just get a fucking old school fucking smoke wagon. You know what I'm saying? Just yeah. Exactly. Click. Like, oh.
See, guns are the great equalizer, but speaking of women equalizing themselves to men, I think they may have overplayed their hand a bit on this one. And that was no better proof exists than that video you sent us, Matt.
Oh, that was
Marco
me.
sent
Or
that,
Marco.
yeah.
Marco. Yeah.
I found it, which is interesting because I'm all, as you guys know, I'm all about the chivalry and brought up old school and the whole 9 yards, man. But I was like,
oh my God, hold on, let me back this up. Not only are you Mr. Chivalry, Matt and I would bust your balls for the level of chivalry that you would display because like because
I cock block myself.
Yeah, well, that's true too.
Yeah. I mean, because we're all chivalrous guys. Like we're, I still
For sure.
open doors and stuff, but there's
but there was a very like I think you were just culturally you were just like, I'm going for chivalry. I'm going all in.
Well, it was definitely culturally, and then it was just overcompensating for like, not to get too personal, but with like my dad, you know what I'm saying? My dad and my mom's divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like in thinking back and not to open up too many skeletons, let too many skeletons out. But I think it had a lot. Definitely not. I know for a fact that had a lot to do with that. But I own it.
No, but
you're 100% correct.
That's what I'm saying. Is you that was truly part of you. That was truly something you did, and to the point. So when Marco sends us something about fuck it, chivalry is dead.
I mean, it's just hard. I mean, that man, like, like whether you think chivalry is dead or not, sometimes somebody poses a fucking fantastic argument that just makes you go,
Yeah. So for the listeners, Marco, break down that wonderful video that you sent.
So here I was looking through some videos that somebody else sent me. And the next one up was that video. And the video is this guy. And it starts off with this woman on a crowded bus, or it looks like a crowded subway. And she's yelling at the top of her lungs saying, which one of you guys is going to step up first? Which one of you guys is actually going to be a gentleman and give up your seat? Which then the person narrating the video jumps in and goes, well, see, herein lies the problem. If this was 2001, every guy would be responsible to stand up for themselves and give up that seat. But ever since the women's lib movement, got empowered to the 19th degree, and all men and women are equal, and women are equal, and they're just as strong as us, just as able as men, just as smart as men, which that part I believe.
Not only that, but men can be women and women can be men.
Exactly. The lines are completely, they're not even blurred. They're just they're completely destroyed, and everybody's everything. So therefore, no, you don't have to give up the seat because everyone's equal, which means it's a dog eat world on the subway, and it's every person, every human being for themselves. There's no yeah. I was like, share. At the end of that, I was like, share. That brings up a very, very interesting point and a very, very interesting thought process, which is,
See, what happened was the feminists stepped up, and all the feminist rights people stepped up, and then they see this happen, and so now the elderly rights people are like, sit down and shut up, Harbor. We like our
Hey, so I got one for our listeners. So our single listeners, or actually, I'll put this to our younger crowd. So do y'all not have to pay for the dates anymore? Because let me tell you, that shit got taxing. I'm gonna be real with you guys, like from the older generation. So
we paid for all the dates.
We did all that. They wanted popcorn. You're like, bitch, I'm broke. We're at the movie theater.
That's still
a $20 bag of popcorn.
I was talking with a coworker.
Men still have to pay for dates, I'll bet.
Yeah, I know. I was talking to a coworker.
Yeah,
and she's in the mid to late 20s.
Sure. Yeah.
And was saying that she goes on all these first dates because she gets a free meal and free drinks. And I'm like,
what?
That's fine. Is she?
I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it, boys.
So it's still a fucking thing. It's still a fucking thing.
Knew it. I called it years ago. I said these bitches are going out on these dates.
I'm just kidding.
Because you know why? Because I could get with that. I would, if women had to buy the first date meal and drinks, I would have gone out with a lot more ugly bitches that asked me.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're looking on the the apps and whatnot, blah blah blah, and and one tells her, like, what does he look like? And she goes, it doesn't matter. I'm planning my dinner like I'm planning my meal.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's your fucking dinner plan. Wow. All right. Well, there it is. I guess some things do not change.
Well, I have to read this short little story to you, gentlemen, because it goes along with what we were just talking about, which is, and again, I've told people, my assistant said it brilliantly. If women want equal rights, they better be prepared for equal lefts, right?
Yep.
So this says, a lot of people misuse the word chivalry. I looked up the code of chivalry. There's only one part in there about respecting women, and the rest of it is medieval battle etiquette. A week ago, I didn't hold the door open for a lady, and she said, well, I guess chivalry is dead. So I challenged her to physical combat. Turns out,
Can you imagine if you slapped a fucking gauntlet, an actual, not a glove, but an actual gauntlet, whack across the face?
and he goes, turns out I'm the better jouster. Chivalry is alive, but that lady is dead. So, boys, if
So how did that
get?
how did that get twisted and misconstrued over the years from the old code of conduct from medieval times to?
Because so it was how knights were supposed to conduct themselves, right?
Right. Yeah.
And so
yeah.
when we lost the horses and the armor and the swords and the jousting, we lost all that stuff. The only thing a knight had to do to be chivalrous was still open the door for a lady, pull out her chair, put your handkerchief down over the puddle. Like those were the things that you did.
Do you think jousting is still a thing in like West Hollywood? I'm just saying. I'm just asking for a friend. Who said we lost the joust? I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just asking for a friend. Is that a thing?
Could be.
So
Oh,
I
my God.
thought they're painting themselves into a feminism corner that they're not going to be able to paint their way out of at this point, because now, like, screw it. Yeah. Then again, I'm married, so it doesn't benefit me. But you youngsters, you take advantage of this. This is your moment, King.
Well, I had an experience in a job, and it's not my current job, in case anybody from there is listening, but where I was working with, there were, other women, and
Other
I
than
was
you?
other than me, there were other women.
Got it. Yeah.
And I would be asked to help with a physical task
Sure.
that this person got hired to do, just like me.
Sure.
And I'm thinking, well, just because if you can't fucking lift that box and put it over there, then maybe you don't deserve equal pay.
I mean,
if we got the same fucking job and you can't fucking do it, I have to do it for you. Then
I mean, you're
there's
not
a
wrong.
moment- no,
it's like
You're not wrong.
You don't get to bitch about that. If you're constantly asking me for help to
Right.
physically do something,
Right.
maybe this isn't the job for you.
but here's the rub. Was she getting equal pay?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
Wage gap, my ass.
Yeah.
And what you also currently work at a place that at one time allowed a woman to wander around a warehouse with pallets and racking and concrete floors and a fucking forklift in flip-flops.
Well, no,
Climbing
didn't allow, tolerated. You're not supposed to do that.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by allowing it, but
Yeah.
they knew and let it happen.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
I'm wearing a
and-
dress today and I can't go up this ladder. I'm like, well, that's your fucking problem. Maybe you shouldn't wear a fucking dress when you know part of your job is going up and down a ladder.
Right.
You whore.
Oh.
No, I know what he's saying, and it wasn't
Um,
because of the dress.
Once again, that's lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Attention, Matt.
There's something to be said for that though, because at some point, like I was talking to somebody recently, and one generation down,
Yep.
I believe we call those the millennials. And
Right, yeah.
I had given the word misogyny came up, and how I love conversations about misogyny, because
I found a new
man.
place to go to because
Hey,
the massages are a thing now.
Yeah, I got a
Because
kink. I got a
of the-
kink in my
yeah.
neck, so I can really use some
Right.
misogyny. This is really bad over here.
how do I get that happy ending to that misogyny?
Sometimes after I go running, I have to massage my knee too because it gets a little sore.
Oh, wow.
Matt.
Matt. That's going to be
so-
again lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Attention, all y'all bitches. All y'all bitches. Go ahead.
So she says, she says, misogyny, this, that, and the other thing, society, blah, blah, blah. And I won't go too much into the details or the specifics because that's not what's important. What's important was, I said, well, it's really just objectification. And she says, well, that's misogyny. And I said, no, it's not. And she goes, yeah, that's literally the definition of misogyny. And I'm like, it's literally not the definition of misogyny. And I can literally define it. Like, it was amazing to me how we have come to a point where narrative and story and what you think and your truth and how you feel, because later it came out, well, I was going by society's definition of it, not the actual definition of it. And I get what she was saying. Yeah, I get what she was saying.
Yeah, I got you.
But at what point do we accept that society has a definition of something and then words no longer mean anything?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And I mean, that's just setting yourself up for anybody up for stepping on landmines. It's like, because if you're going by the literal definition of the definition that the definition that you have known, and then all of a sudden, quote unquote, society or the social norm, we'll call it the social norm shifts, and now everyone knows this to be this. I mean, you're just asking for somebody to basically, step on someone's toe or step on someone's tails because they're a pussy.
But that's the thing. If for example, if you're raised that the word pussy is short for the word pusillanimous, right?
Right.
And pusillanimous, right? But if you call another man a pussy, right?
Cat.
If you honestly can, and you're calling him a chicken.
Sorry, I got socks stuck in my.
It just hit us.
He had to. It was like brewing in him.
It was just like, oh,
fantastic. Wow.
But then if somebody comes along and says, oh, you called him a pussy, and I go, yeah, because he's a coward, he's pusillanimous, and they go, that's not what that means, and I go, no, yes, that is what it means, and that's how I meant it, and that's why I used that word, because it's short. Right. They go, nope, we've redefined it, it doesn't mean that anymore, and now you're offensive because you called him a female genital part. And so I'm like, no, I didn't, I actually didn't. Yes, you did. No, at what point does language no longer matter? And it doesn't matter what you actually said, it matters what people feel like you said.
Right.
Since Kim Kardashian and Instagram.
Speaking of,
that's when.
That's a whole other one, like the Octothorpe. The Octothorpe.
What?
The what?
You know it as a hashtag. Its symbol is called an octothorpe, and then when we were younger, it was a pound sign.
Yeah,
or
number sign,
or a number sign.
Now
it's a hashtag, which is the whole the hashtag Me Too. Pound Me Too.
Poorly named. Pound Me Too.
But yeah, so it's like that.
Yes, please.
Got twisted and devolved.
It gets really frustrating, because honestly, and this is what I tell my daughter now, because she's going out into the real world to learn from college professors and talk to bosses and have these kinds of conversations with people. She's gonna have to stand on her own 2 feet. And one of the things that, and for all our younger listeners who are just starting out in life and who listen to us because they want to learn how not to behave and make,
how to make
all
better
you good
choices.
Young people who are learning from our mistakes and use this podcast as a way to make better life decisions. We're like the anti-life coach.
I'm sorry, I just got like the old school film reels to speak up real life and you. Hi. Hello, Timmy. Oh, hi, Tom.
Right?
Hi, Uncle Matt. Hi, Uncle Marco. What are you doing today, Timmy?
We're learning about
the real world.
That's right. Well, boys and girls, let me tell you, one of the things you have to take with you is the concept of first principles. So I'm going to throw a little bit of knowledge. We're going to do a little learning. We need some like locker room podcast learning time.
What's that? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We need music for it.
Hey, kids, Uncle Thomas,
what time is it?
Oh.
No, but the concept of first principles, when you're learning to argue, when you're learning to debate, when you're learning the actual concept of proper argument, right? Not like, no, you didn't. Yes, I did. Not the Monty Python sketch version of an argument.
Right.
And
No,
not
you
like,
No,
yes,
it
I haven't. And also not the social media. I'm gonna type in all caps, and then when I lose my point, I'm gonna call you Hitler method of arguing.
Right.
right.
Not no. I'm talking about like
Or you just don't get it.
lawyers, right?
You
like,
just don't
like
get it.
court of law. Okay, where words actually mean something. And one of the concepts you have to study is first principles. First principles is the idea that you have to take your argument down to its most basic form. And I think Marco's point illustrates it perfectly. If men and women are no longer different, I am no longer required to sit down. Right?
Or to stand up.
We
for you
have
sit
to
down.
ag-
Yeah.
You mean to stand
Yeah.
up, right? Me too.
Right.
To go,
To
yeah.
give up the seat.
Right.
And you sit down, you have that discussion with somebody, you say, okay, fine, first principle. Are men and women different? It's your call, your move, right? Heads I win, tails you lose. Because
Right.
either men and women are different, or I don't have to fucking give up my seat. But you can't have it both ways. And I think this is part of the argument, the younger generation, the critical thinking. Oh, take a class in critical thinking, please. All of you, take a class in critical thinking. Learn to defeat your own arguments and rebuild them better.
Yeah.
Right? So first principles, whenever you're discussing something with anybody, is what you guys agree on first. That nothing else in the argument can take place unless you settle a couple of facts first. Because other than that, you guys are just jerking it.
Yeah. And a lot of the great, debaters will do that. And we'll say, can we agree that 1 and 1 equals 2? Yes.
Right.
Okay, cool. So we have common ground. We agree there. And then
Right.
you start
Exactly.
going from there.
And that's called establishing first principles. So I'm passing that on to you guys because that somewhat nullifies and negates or tries to negate this, wiggly nail jello to a wall, my truth, your truth kind of thing. If you have common truths that are based on fact and reality, if you have first principles that are unescapable and nothing, everything gets assumed off of those first principles and they cannot be boiled down any further in the rest of it.
Oh, that came out of nowhere. Oh,
Sweet baby Jesus.
there was
What
no
just
warning.
happened?
There was no warning. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Holy God.
If you,
That fucking
I mean,
hurt.
I urge everybody who's listening to this
I
podcast,
apologize now.
Oh,
y'all
fuck.
need to go and check out it and forward and fast forward until this moment, because
Oh.
Just go on to
He-
YouTube.
his fucking head shake was something out of a sci-fi fucking movie. Like it,
Okay.
it moved and shook so fucking fast that he turned into like a fucking blur from like the hills. like, the
37
fucking,
minutes.
yeah.
Right
37
around
minutes,
30,
please.
37, 38 minutes mark.
There was no
This
warning.
was shocking.
That, dude, me too. I thought something bad was about to happen. There was
Dude,
no warning. There was no buildup, no little tickle of the nose, little watering in the eye, little a little like that little pre-cum feel like, oh, I'm gonna sneeze, it's gonna feel good. Nothing. It was just fucking violent. Just
It looked like somebody punched you in the face, like a ghost punched you in the face.
It really did. It looked like you got fucking donkey punched by a ghost.
oh,
It honestly
man.
did.
All right.
Well,
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's
Metallica
fine.
guy,
'Cause
donkey punch.
honestly, yeah, for sure. And first principles. I just think that would be really helpful to people today because that's not there. It doesn't exist for most people. They argue over crap.
Yeah, and it's the old, like, it's like you're in like my Italian side of the family, and whoever yells the loudest is right. That's not how the world works. That's it does not work that way.
No, it tries to work that way, and it tries to work that way on the internet, which is why I still believe that we should bring back legal bitch slapping.
There just needs to be the
legal bitch slapping.
There
Right.
needs to be mutual combat laws in all 50
Yes.
states. It needs to be a
Also known
federal
as the
thing.
pimp hand.
No, we need to have like a
Only when you baby
shit-talking
powder.
law. Like it's called instant karma or
Sure.
the shit talking clause or the you ain't on Facebook defense. I don't know, but it should be, oh no, I'm sorry. He spoke to me like he was on the internet, but we in fact were face to face.
Yes.
And so I was lawfully allowed to give him one.
Yeah, there are repercussions.
I have actually,
I had to remind him that we are not in the Matrix, motherfucker.
I have actually been a witness and a participant in my cousin holding out his hand and baby powder going into that hand and him slapping somebody for talking some stupid shit.
Holy shit, that's a lot of buildup. That other person was like, "Why has he got baby? Who
It
carries baby
was
powder around with him? Why is he putting it in his
fantastic.
hand?"
He was just like saying some stupid shit, and I'll say it, my cousin out just put out his hand, and I was like, hold on, little baby powder, and slap.
Did you guys have this like pre-planned?
I'm not gonna say that at one time my group with Al, Monkey, and Darkness and those guys, and when we used to go out to that one spot in Santa Monica, I'm not saying that at any point in time a couple of us didn't carry baby powder with us for
Jesus.
for such
Totally
for
planned.
such a we also did have an understanding at one point. We had an understanding. There's a point in time where someone's saying something ridiculous. You could actually, if you timed it perfect, you could slap somebody, and it was like you almost slap them into a shock. Like, what are you doing? Like, you know what? You're right.
That's
The
me.
fish slap woke me up. I got it. The
That's
fish
me.
slap woke me up. And if you think about it, and some ridiculous shit or some ridiculous things your friends have done out in public, you're like, yeah, you know what? There was a point in time where that motherfucker, before he got too far, I could have given him a cute nice little wake up slap, nothing too crazy, and
Right.
it would have shut that shit down. We were firm believers in this group of friends that that moment could be harvest, it could be utilized, and we did. And it ran rampant in that group for like a good solid year. And I remember very clearly when my cousin Monkey got me good, and I was like, "Yep, absolutely, you're 100% correct, sir. I did deserve that."
And then in your mind, I'm gonna get you on the next one.
Yep.
I'm like,
we good?
you wait until this fucking giant paw covers the side of your whole head.
I don't want to gloss over the important part of that story. Is that the
What,
story
the
started
slapping in the face with baby
me-
powder?
No.
Oh, sorry,
Let's
baby
not
powder. I'm just
bury
saying,
the
everyone
lead.
carry baby powder.
It's that the story involves Marco, Sal,
Yeah.
Monkey,
Yeah,
and the darkness.
and darkness. And yeah, that's right.
Like, it sounds like a 70s Saturday morning cartoon crew that hangs out in a junkyard, or the nickname of several mafia hitmen.
Yeah.
I got this picture. I'm gonna send it to you guys. I got this picture of when one of our friends in that group, we call them Schmiegels. When Schmiegels got married and we were out on the beach together, and the way we're all dressed, we looked like we were meeting up talking about like some business. I'm gonna send. It's funny you mentioned that because I'm gonna send you guys this picture. You're gonna trip the fuck out.
All right.
Well,
Well, speaking of blasts from the past,
yes, sir.
we've been referencing the old podcast a lot on the new podcast because there's still a year's worth of material. There's probably like,
Is it really?
there's probably 35 episodes or something, like because we recorded every other week or something. But
they were long episodes.
They were
too.
like
They were
2.5 hours, so
Yeah.
it came out still like 4 hours a month, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, we used to have, like we've talked about, we used to have segments, and one of these days, let me back up. So I sent you guys a little clip that I had done for the podcast, and I had sent that same clip to somebody that we used to talk about on our last podcast that we used to do, which was somebody that we were affectionately referred to as Thunder.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
And Thunder, for those of you that don't know, I think what we should do is we should have Scott back to recap just who Thunder was in the LA music scene.
And give us a little story of the magic of Thunder.
So Scott and I were in a band, and while we were in this band playing around the Southern California area, we were in it with a singer who was, we couldn't tell, either 100% brilliant genius or 200% insane dumbass, like crazy person, right? And part of me thinks that there were both people living inside of him, and you just didn't know which one woke up that day.
Okay.
Because some of the ideas were brilliant and some of them were just insane. Well, he once went and auditioned for a very famous band as a joke, like as a prank on the band, and invented this character. And the band videotaped their audition. And ultimately, rumor gets back through the grapevine 10 years after he did this crazy prank on this band, through the grapevine through Scott, that the people in this band still have the videotape 10 years later. And it's a very famous band. I won't say who until Scott's around, but that the band kept this tape of this guy's audition, and they would break it out at parties and show everybody at parties. They're like, dude, this fucking guy, like, this is before viral videos. This is, you couldn't forward shit on the internet. This was like, you had a videotape and you were like, guys, I have to show you what's on this videotape. And then you would actually put a tape in a VCR and turn your TV
old
on
VHS
and play it for
tape.
your friends. Right, exactly. So this was like, that's how we saw South Park, right? That's how we saw the original South Park short. Was through a bootleg videotape that we all passed around, right? So that is the context of this story. Well, I was talking to him the other day about this podcast specifically because I happened to use some of his original music so that we can get around the royalty stuff with certain bands that keep telling us we have copyright claims, and rightfully so. I didn't ask for permission to do the intro to this podcast.
Right.
But YouTube is very strict on it. So for YouTube, we have different music. Well, it's because between Thunder and I, we own the rights to that music. So when I sent it to him, he goes, "Hey, that sounds familiar. I know that guy."
Well, you should.
And I thought to myself, I was instantly transported to 20 years ago and went, wait, is he kidding? Or is he serious? Are you pranking me or am I pranking you? I don't know what's happening here and I don't like it. But he has agreed to come on the show and talk directly to us about the Thunder story and his adventures in Hollywood at the time.
Amazing.
So this is a man, ladies and gentlemen, who pluralizes words that shouldn't be pluralized, right? He would ask me if we wanted to go out for some fresh sushis.
All the sushis.
And get some sushis.
Okay.
He would tell Scott, it's like, we're gonna go movies and we're gonna get some popcorns.
But there is a lot in the bucket. So it's like,
well, right. You don't get one sushi.
Would he get his hair?
You get sushis.
Would he go to the barber and get his hairs cut?
One time he cut off half his goatee, like specifically just half of his goatee, and he walked into the room with wearing just half a goatee. And we were like, dude, what happened to your goatee? And he's like, oh yeah, so it's cool, right? And we're like, what?
No, looks like you fucked up.
And that's when he goes, oh, my razor broke. And I'm like, what?
Oh no.
And to this day, I don't know if he was always fucking with us or if he was dead serious. The guy went to Rolling Stones jail, bro. Rolling Stones jail.
What the fuck is Rolling Stones jail?
Rolling Stones jail is when you get caught selling concert tickets outside the venue and the band doesn't want to see you actually go to prison or jail from the cops.
Yeah.
So security just throws you in a holding cell below the stage or in the back of the stage till the concert's over, and then they let you go.
Did he get to hear the concert at least? Was he inside enough to where he could hear?
Mean, you got to hear it like, give me shelter, you know? That's how we got
good times.
He once got interviewed by the Secret Service because he was selling Super Bowl tickets to a Super Bowl that the president was attending. Only his tickets were fake.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So that man has agreed to come on the show. And I think in the interest of getting these stories straight from the horse's mouth, the listeners have to know it's not current events, but as one of our young listeners like to point out, sometimes you get current events and sometimes you get what you get. And that episode, we might just have to give you some thunder because I literally can't
God help
wait to
us.
hear what he's gonna say.
God
And I
help
love
us.
the man. I love the man desperately. He's like, but he I can read you a text from him if you want
We're not
to, like.
we're not ready for this.
Yeah,
The
well, do
audience is
that,
not
and
ready
then
for this.
I want to read you a
Okay.
somewhat coherent email that we received a couple days ago too.
Yeah. So he says, I found this new interracial porn. This is an actual message he sent me. I found this new interracial porn. It's sweeping the nation, dude. You got to see it. I'm going to send it to you right now. Are you ready for it? You're going to fucking die. It's absolutely the fucking best I've ever seen. I'm reading it exactly. Best I've ever seen. Seriously, dude, I'm going to make a poster of this absolutely fucking genius. Are you ready? New text. Okay, brace yourself. Here comes. Then he sends me a picture,
Okay.
and it's a picture of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris with the words Pornhub above them. And it says, interracial couple fucks an entire nation.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. That's really good. That's good.
Like, I had no idea that picture was coming. I thought he was literally gonna, like, I could show you. My message response back before he sent me the picture was, "Oh Lord!" Like,
You're
if there
bracing
wasn't-
for like some just
Right.
gnarly
if
situation.
there's a way to do the like head in your hands, like, oh God, no. That's
Yeah.
that's what I wanted to send him. So you guys we're gonna have to have Scott on, get everybody prepared for him.
Yep.
And then we'll have to like legit have Thunder come on and we used to have Scott tell Thunder stories, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gonna be a two-parter, and then we'll have Thunder tell Thunder stories.
Tell real Thunder stories.
Yeah.
Exactly. So,
Okay. Speaking of stories,
yes.
we got this this email on Saturday about 3:20 in the afternoon. The subject is, and I'm going to read this as it's written, and it makes my brain hurt just even thinking about it.
This is what I thought you were talking about earlier when you asked Marco if he ever got into our DMs.
Oh yeah, no. But this one, it's like, holy shit. Okay, so the subject is importance announcement.
Importance
announcement.
Importance announcement.
Yes.
Got it.
Here we go. I'm just going to read
Hit
it
me.
verbatim.
Hit me. Just do it.
I just want you to know,
Mhm.
wife has said I cannot allowed to have a seventh beer because of usually never have more than 2 to 3, and I am devastated. @ I'm just out here living Kai best life, and she said, no, you have to be okay living your car emoji, okayest life, and that's not fair. Like, just because I'm a lightweight doesn't mean I can't challenge myself and push my limits. Also, you should try Blue Moon Light Sky. Okay, keep you the good work. I don't even believe in one God, but fuck y'all doing the Lord's work. NK, bye. Saint Anger, not Metallica guy. Ain't making a fool of myself twice. LO. I read that like 4 times in a row. And you can decipher some of it. Like, some of it's a typo, you know, it's a, you know, KY is supposed to be my, you know.
Yeah, I tried to. I tried.
Saint Anger, we fucking love you, dude. Keep coming at it.
That's true. 100%.
That's fucking great. And I was like, and in that moment, I agreed with your wife. You did not need a 7th beer at that time after that message was sent.
No,
you were good.
Oh man, that's not quite drunk Star Wars drunk, but it's approaching fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. That was,
we haven't made any headway towards another movie watch, but I think maybe it's time we do a movie watch, sober one. It might be and you know what I was thinking? It might be something where we actually should host a movie watch and people can log on and we'll all watch the same movie, and people could go on YouTube and or Twitch and watch us talking shit about a movie.
Oh, so it'd be
Okay.
like live?
Yeah. I was thinking
Okay.
about if we hosted an event. If
Mhm.
okay,
Okay.
so of all of our listeners out there, if you would be interested, let us know. It would be like, a couple bucks a piece.
You
And
gotta pay for this shit?
yeah,
They ain't gonna pay
that's
for
how
this shit.
that's how these things work.
Damn,
Yeah, so
Oh.
it'd be like $2 a piece.
Okay.
And you can
Damn.
log in for the 2 hours that because we have to pay for fees and all that kind of stuff.
That's
And
true.
we would be watching the movie and
Talking shit.
talking shit, and then they would be logged in
Mhm.
and they would be watching it live, and they could make comments and stuff like that, and we could answer comments that they're
Be like a
asking.
live
Mystery Science Theater.
Mystery
Yeah.
Science Theater
Yeah.
3000.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Metallica guy. Mystery Science Theater 3000.
It's still on. There's a new
Really?
yeah, there's
there's
a
a new version of
reboot
it.
MST3K.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
the same robots, obviously, because robots don't age.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, Marco, do you want to open or close?
No, I'm gonna slide it in the middle. I need to prep for this because remember, I suck
Ooh,
at
hey
jokes. That's the whole
now.
reason.
Oh, hey, no phrasing. By the way, okay, wait.
I'm
Hold on,
gonna
I
go
want to
Ron
take 2
Jeremy style.
seconds. You're gonna get arrested and charged with multiple counts of sexual assault? Is that what we mean by Ron Jeremy style now?
I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
That boy going to prison,
by
by the way.
Yeah, that boy is going to prison.
Yeah,
What the
it couldn't
fuck
happen
did
in
somebody
nicer
just send
trouble.
me.
But I think real quick, we're gonna do this real quick. What are you watching, Matt? What are you watching on TV?
Oh shit.
What do you mean?
So, new show. Last time you said you were watching Barry. Are you still
Oh
watching
yeah,
Barry?
well, I had to binge it. No, I'm done with that.
Right.
I'm waiting for some shit to get caught up. So, been watching the new season of Horror Story, and one that I'm really starting to dig is 9 Perfect Strangers
Oh, okay.
with
Haven't heard of that one.
what's her name? The Australian chick that's married to the Australian country singer.
Balky Bartakamus?
Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman.
Oh,
is-
okay.
is in it.
Balky Bartakamus.
You like that
Jesus, that was a deep cut.
Ooh.
Damn. America
Way
will
back for that
burst.
Of
Fucking-
course I did. Don't
But
be
between
ridiculous.
that and just finished do you guys see White Lotus?
Not
Yeah.
yet. That's on my to watch list.
Oh, so fucking good.
Mhm.
So
You
good.
guys watch Clickbait? Yeah, Clickbait.
No.
on,
No, I've seen
Netflix.
it. I would just watch the trailer for it.
It got me good.
Yeah.
It got me. It's only I think it's only 7 or 8 episodes. And it got me hooked, and it spun me every which way. And at the end, I was
Okay.
like, "Oh, I was wrong. I was in Vegas, and I would have walked out with my fucking chonies and socks like fucking Hobo Joe. I would have bet the house and gone, bro. Mina, baby. I am sorry, but we gotta move to the car because I lost the house.
I lost the betting on the show.
I lost the betting, and now we broke.
I've been on a documentary kick, and I've watched
Wow.
like
My wife has been on that.
yeah, I watched a documentary series on the DeLorean, or I guess more accurately on John DeLorean.
John DeLorean,
Right.
I watched a documentary series on Monty
That's
Python.
it's on
Netflix.
Amazon. Oh, Netflix. I thought it was on Amazon
Yeah.
Prime. The DeLorean one.
It might be on that.
I
as
could be
well.
wrong.
And I watched one on the Monty Python, which was great. It was amazing. Marco,
Mhm.
you
Is
will
that on
especially
Netflix?
love
Yeah.
as well?
That's
I'll
on
catch that.
Netflix.
Okay.
It's a
check that one out.
6-part series. They go deep
Oh,
dive
shit.
into that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So definitely check that one out. But then, have you guys heard of Sasquatch, the true crime show?
I think I may have seen it like in passing, looking through shit, but
Yeah, let me
Sasquatch?
back you up on that.
okay.
Yeah, I think Marco's picking up on it. Sasquatch, the true crime show.
No,
unless this
I-
motherfucker is like Detective Pikachu, where they actually have like Bigfoot over here, like actually solving crime. You know what I'm saying? In the middle of the woods.
Okay,
I'm out.
So the first thing
Wait,
I'm
is
gonna
that the
do-
one with the up
Wait,
in-
hold on, don't say anything because I'll explain.
Okay.
And if you're right,
Hit me.
So first of all, I want to tell you that my sister sent me this. I'm gonna
Basically,
send
Matt,
this
he's
to
saying,
our-
he's saying, don't be Thomas. That's what he's saying.
no, if it's the right one, I don't want to. I don't
Okay,
want to reveal the ending.
Okay,
Oh
go.
no,
So-
I haven't. There's one that I started to watch that was
Okay, go.
it was
Which one
something.
was that one?
It was something about like about these grows up in Kern County, and they
Okay, so
is that one you're talking about?
Did you? How far did you get?
I think I watched like 2 or 3 episodes or something like that.
Okay, so Marco, the
Thomas, take it.
premise of this
Yeah.
show
Yeah.
is an investigative reporter who
Uh-huh.
has legit investigative reporter credentials, like
Oh yeah,
embedded with
Is that what it's
neo-Nazi
called?
skinheads.
It's called Sasquatch.
Called Sasquatch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He
all right.
is
All right.
embedded. He has previously embedded himself with skinheads. He writes exposés for magazines. The guy clearly has
He knows
the
his shit.
Chops.
freaking
Yes, he's got
resume.
some
Yeah,
chops.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He knows what's up.
It starts with him being interviewed because he was nearest I could tell, he's researching another journalism piece on
Okay.
illegal marijuana growing farms in Mendocino County in the Emerald Triangle in Northern California, which, if you don't
Okay.
know, Northern California is one of the biggest. I mean, they don't call it the Emerald Triangle for nothing. That's just huge pot farms up there, right?
Yeah.
And this guy says that he was hanging out at this cabin with the pot farmer who owned the farm, and that these farmhands came in one night. It was a dark and stormy night kind of a thing. And these farm hands come in, and he's like, they're freaked out. He's like, dude, they were sketching big time. And I'm laying on the couch and I'm freaking out because they're sketched out. And I overhear him saying to the farmer's like, whoa, did we get ripped off? And the guy's like, I'm telling you, we didn't get ripped off. All the pot is there, but the guys aren't. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, they were torn apart by Bigfoot. And so what this guy was literally telling the guy who owns the marijuana farm.
Coming in. What
is
did I
that-
miss before?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That 3 pot farmers out in an illegal marijuana grow were
Right.
torn limb from limb
Right.
by Bigfoot. And this guy's like, I need to go on an investigation and find out if this really happened. Like, are there really 3 pot farmers that are missing and their bones are in some Bigfoot cave somewhere? And it's literally him. It's the parade of stoner fucks that they
Yeah, it's pretty strong. It's pretty fucking
It's-
strong. It's great.
my wife and I are
I'm
watching
gonna have
it
to
in
go back
bed.
and finish it now because I got sidetracked by something else, and I was like, I can take it or leave it. But
and that's the thing. It's really like there is no suspense in it.
Right. Oh, okay.
yeah,
Now I'm just warning you, watch it from the perspective of, like, part of me is like, okay, did this happen? Because
Right.
I just sent you guys the pictures. If you look on our show chat thread, these are the latest pictures of Bigfoot, ladies and gentlemen, that the sheriff's department is confirming that somebody took in their jurisdiction from a lake. Like, I don't, it could be a hoax. It could not be. I don't have any proof one way or the other. I'm just telling you that.
Man, that's the Dread Pirate Roberts.
yeah. I was gonna say that.
All you should beware.
So I
Metallica guy,
maybe
Princess
Matt
Bride.
every time, twice on Sunday. So I feel like I should post these pictures on the Locker Room Instagram of these real quote unquote pictures of Bigfoot.
But the whole fucking thing that it says the sheriff's department just validated the photos,
Right.
Hey, well, they're real. Sure.
and the
there's some-
Finding Bigfoot team has been deployed to Highway 182.
Right. First of all, is that the sheriff's Finding Bigfoot team? Like,
what the fuck?
does the sheriff's department actually have a Finding Bigfoot team, or is this like some freaking A&E after dark reality show called Finding Bigfoot team? Like,
You know what's gonna happen is one day some motherfucker in a stupid fucking Halloween costume is gonna be fucking shot because he's being funny walking around in the woods dressed like Bigfoot, and some good old boy with a 6-pack in him and a 30-06 and be like, I'm gonna bag this motherfucker right here, and someone's gonna get hurt.
This just looks like somebody in a black hoodie.
I don't know what it is, but it like there's at one point it's too the whole entire body is obviously, when you see the sunlight, covered in hair. It's too uniform to be anything other than a bodysuit, and it looks like it's got the
Right.
sheen of hair, but it doesn't look like one of those cheap gorilla suits. Like, that's like
It
a
doesn't. But
Nah,
also,
this
like,
is-
if you're a creature that's living in these woods,
This is some
And I
North
guess
Face
I
shit, you know what I'm
just
saying?
I just fucked up my own argument because I'd be like, why would you have black fur? But then there's fucking bears.
Black
that are-
bears.
Hey,
and
look,
shit like
yeah,
that.
this is some North Face fucking REI shit. Yes, this stuff. Everyone's like, oh, it's Bigfoot. This motherfucker's just out here in the cold fucking hiking, you know? Look at the last picture. Look at it. Bigfoot's got ass. Look at that
Okay,
ass.
now wait, now go back to
Bigfoot's
go
got
back to
ass.
that go to that thread where you just sent that, right?
Uh-huh.
With those pictures.
Mhm.
Look at the post that I sent just before with fucking Grimace. Tell me that couldn't be Grimace out there
It
on a
could be.
diet.
It could be Grimace. He's out for a nature walk. He's getting
He's
thin.
out for a nature walk.
He's getting thin. I'm just saying
Mm-mm.
that I like, hey,
Hey, just go to the Insta real quick and see what I just sent you guys right now. Though.
That picture is fucking fantastic.
No, not the
Oh,
mob
you did
picture.
something else?
I know, yeah.
which
Yeah,
one?
the mob picture. On the us three Instagram one.
Oh, Instagram. Okay.
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah. Just open up. Okay. Y'all stand by. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas, you want to describe that?
I'm going to
That's
tell you right now. This is it's if Winnie the Pooh was a
Right.
transgender chola,
Absolutely.
and it
And
says
says
Winnie the Puta.
Winnie the puta.
That's
Jesus
amazing.
Christ.
Is that the
Look at
joke
Piglet in
that
the
they
back.
sent you?
Look at yeah. Look at no. Look at Piglet in the back trying to holler at her. She's even holding a cigarette.
He's all.
Mhm.
Oh,
That's
God.
right.
By the way, did you see that picture I posted of the desk that got shrink wrapped?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that 100% was taken at my work. I took
Really?
that photo.
Oh shit.
I took that photo. I have no
Fantastic.
idea who the old man he pissed off was at work, but I will now be 100% nicer to all of the old men at work. By the way, I want to give a shameless plug. If anybody wants to know what I've been working on since changing jobs and moving up here, go to warcat.com and you'll get to start to see the previews of things. But
You saying
that's what
whorecat?
Whorecat. No.
And that's with a
Whorecat.
C with a
Whore.
K. Are you saying whore
Are you saying
or
whiskey?
whoa. Whore.
Whorecat.
Whorecat.
By the way, Matt,
Whorecat.
thanks for sharing the picture of the two sisters, like the one trying to get into the bathroom after the big one when she shuts the
Oh,
door on
God.
her.
Oh God, fucking savages.
Oh my god,
That
dude.
video.
She's
Holy shit.
timed it and everything. Bam.
Yeah, and the little smile afterwards. She
Oh,
knew
yeah.
exactly what she was doing. She knew
Hell yeah.
exactly. All right, let's get into some jokes and then
Yes.
freaking wrap this shit up. We're getting short on time, gentlemen.
And long on stories.
Yeah. Did
Okay,
you
I
know
got-
that? Did you know that the swimming pools on the Titanic are still full even after it sank?
Okay.
That one took a second when they sent that to me. A woman goes to a psychic medium and the psychic medium says, your husband will meet a violent end. And the woman says, yeah, but will I be convicted?
Wow.
Uh,
All right, I'm
did
gonna
you know that- oh, go ahead, hit it.
I'm gonna hit you with the one that our listener Ryan sent us. And Ryan, I'm gonna try my hardest here. All right. It says, due to complaints, Hawaii has passed a law that you're not allowed to laugh above a certain decibel. It's an aloha.
Jesus.
Thank you, Ryan.
Lance is a very uncommon name nowadays, but in medieval times, people were called Lancelot.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
Oh, that's where that went.
Oh, that hurt.
I think I'm dumber from having listened to that joke.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
Wait, you don't have anything else you got for me, Mark?
What? No, that was it.
No, he
That
shot a
was my-
shot. That was it.
That was my wad.
All right, I'll see if I can get you another couple. Here we go. What's the difference between a G-spot and the clitoris?
No.
I don't know. I'm a man. I don't care.
Oh boy.
Okay, I'll give you one more good one.
One more, and then we're out.
What did the
You okay?
banana say to the vibrator?
Oh,
Oh
Jesus.
shit! Oh shit! What?
Why are you shaking? She's gonna eat me. Yes.
There we go.
And
There we
wow.
go.
He sticks the landing.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
All
man.
right. Well,
All
I think
right,
on
if you
that
need to get a
note-
hold of us, well, it's going to be, again, lockerroommailbag@gmail.com. Please send us your Dear Abby stories or your Dear Locker Room stories. And if you got any jokes for us, just make sure you put it in the subject line. Also, our phone number is 626-692-5122.
Mhm.
And that's the best way to get a hold of us. There's also, obviously, the Instagram. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Please don't forget to tell your friends about us. And actually, don't tell them about us. Just tell them to listen, and then don't warn them. And then
There you go.
just get their reaction later and see it.
That is correct.
Also,
Just put this podcast on in a family car ride.
yeah, just put it on. Yeah. Just pick,
you know,
pick the time.
If any of you Uber, if any of you guys actually drive for Uber or Lyft, just put us on. You know what I'm saying? Just drop us.
Just throw it
Just drop
on
us on there, and
That's
let's
right.
see what happens. Get some reaction videos.
Yeah, that's right.
And then,
progress is being made on the locker room shirts. Just keep your eyes peeled for that.
Yeah, and also to any of our listeners over on the East Coast in the Sydney area or that time zone, you're 17 hours ahead of LA time. If you want to come on and give us a little boots on the ground, because like right now, as we're recording this, finishing up at 10:15 in the evening is 2:45 the next day. In the afternoon, so that could work out good. So yeah. Any of our Australian listeners, hit us up, send us an email, and we'll. I'm dying to hear.
Okay. So our next episode will see you in the locker room.
See ya.
Bye.
I'm the one for you. I'm the one you